It's Saturday, February 3rd, 2024. I'm here with the bulls. We just moved them quite a distance away. So they were down there about at the halfway point of the field, and now they're about the 3/4 point. So I just wanted to get some distance between the bulls and the cows because I wanted to move the cows today to a new row. But hey, I think now's a good time to take a look at our bulls. There's two schools of thought that I've been debating in my head back and forth. One school of thought is that I keep the bull calves. I only keep enough heifers to replace the cows, so maybe 1 or 2 heifers a year. But then I keep all the bulls and I raise them to weight for slaughter, and I sell them to, people at steer prices. Finished steer, grass-fed, no vaccinations, no antibiotics, that kind of stuff. So the other thought is I do the cow-calf operation, and I only keep enough bulls to replace the bulls in my herd, which I think for the number of cows that I'm looking at, 2 bulls should be plenty. And maybe I keep 1 bull back every year for our own purposes. We raise it to weight, slaughter, and eat it ourselves. And I was looking at the economics of both, and in the end, I think you get a little more money for calves than you would for buying a steer and putting some weight on it and selling it back. But I think the economics just works out more or less the same. So I'm kind of torn about what I would rather do. The big question mark is, can I get a better price for my finished steer than I could get at the sale barn? I think the answer is obviously yes. The problem is I have to, market and find customers and all that kind of stuff, which is something I'm not very fond of doing. But, in the end, if I build a top quality product, I should be able to find a market for it, and get paid good money for it. And I know a lot of people around here do that too, is they sell direct to restaurants and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm thinking about doing. If I do go the finished steer route, then that's a big incentive to do things like bringing some of the Wagyu genes into the herd, or getting a Brahman bull, or something like that, like bringing some genes that is known to make better tasty meat, and seeing what I can do with that versus commodity meat, which just ends up in hamburger somewhere, hopefully. So that's another thought that I have is maybe I just go that route too. The long and the short of it, the economics, I've been really thinking about the economics of ranching. Cows produce about as much money in the long run as a sheep does because of the number of calves they produce and what you can get for it, right? And the time, especially the time. It takes longer for bulls to mature. And the difference is you can put about 8 times as many sheep on the same acreage as you can cows. So if you're getting the same price for each sheep that you get for each cow, it makes sense to run a lot of sheep and get 8 times the revenue, right? The limiting factor is how much forage you can grow, how many sheep and cows you can manage, which managing 10 or managing 20 really isn't that big of a difference. But with the sheep, especially in this area, parasites is a big problem. So that's one of the reasons why I want to run cows and sheep. I like beef, and even if I couldn't sell it, I'd probably still raise it just to eat. But do you need both the sheep and the cows to keep the parasite count down? If you're rotating an area between the cows and the sheep, then the sheep will eat the cow parasites and the cows will eat the sheep parasites. And since the parasites can't survive across species, they should be greatly reduced, right? As long as you're moving your animals every 3 days out of an area, as long as you're giving plenty of time for that piece of ground to rest, So that's kind of the thought I have right now is that cows are not where the money's at. Sheep are. That's why sheep are so expensive because people know it and they're willing to pay that price to get the sheep. And maybe I should just bite the bullet and get my sheep flock built up right away, rather than waiting 10 years to get it to full size. But the money in the cows is much less because they take more land. So, and I don't think people are going to say that the beef is 8 times the value of lamb anytime soon. In fact, I have a feeling that lamb might actually increase in value as people start to appreciate it more. Anyway, this guy's my oldest bull. He's Blues Calf. He's I want to say about 2 years old now. He will be 2 years old, I think, in May. No, he was born in October of 2022, so he's 1.5. No, 2.5. Is that right? No, he'll be 2 in October. I think. No, 2 in June. He'll be 2 in June. That's right. He was born in June of 2022. This guy and that guy, they were born in October of 2022. August and October, something like that. So they're almost 2 years old. They'll be 2 years old at the end of the year, which is probably too late for breeding. But they might get a few that Blues Calf misses. I'm not supposed to touch the top of the head of the bulls. So, yeah, the goal here is just to keep them alive, keep them healthy, keep them away from the cows. I don't want them to breed yet. I'll put them on the cows in July. That way I can get March and April calves, maybe April, May calves, when the grass is really growing very strong, So, and then one day I might invest in a good bull, maybe a Wagyu bull, maybe a Brahman bull. I don't know if I could handle a Brahman bull. Probably I could. But cows do need company. I can't keep a single bull by himself. And, having other bulls to be with would make his life a little easier. So anyway, that's where I'm at, guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.